Oh, hey guys, what's going on? Listen, there's no sense of having tools if you can't find them when you need them. So I find that's happening to me more and more, that I'll forget that I bought something because, you know, I've been in this game for a long time and always trying to buy a tool when I find one. And the other day I was looking for machinist jacks. Searched pretty much 3 out of my 5 toolboxes. Couldn't find any. Was on McMaster Car and on Zorro and a bunch of online places looking for machinist jacks. And then I come to find I had 7 in one of the toolbox drawers I didn't look in. So it just goes to show. You can have the tool, but if you don't know you have it, it's like not having it. So what are we doing today at the workshop? We're working on some CNC stuff. Issue being, I wanted to get a computer screen mounted on one of my Bridgeports, and I want to put the arm on the turret, and there's really not a good way to mount it without drilling a bunch of holes. So I decided that I would go ahead and make myself a couple of turret mounts and pop them out on the CNC. So I think we're going to jump over to the machine and show you how we did it. I noticed that there's not a lot of videos about CNCing on a Bridgeport, so let's give you something, because you guys just don't know how good these Bridgeports really work. So alright, without further ado, let's get to it. Alright guys, here's the finished product. So we made a few of them. Fit and finish is quite good. I did some in 2024, which I had, and I also did some in 6061. I tried a couple different tool paths, as you can kind of see here. This one was just with a 1/2" end mill. I had a couple of bumbles while I was at it as well. So my final order of operations was to face mill the top with the Tormac Superfly, and then cut the pocket in 2 stages with a 1/2" end mill. And then I actually made a mistake. I had my speeds too fast. My feed was too fast, and I screwed up my 1/2" end mill and round end mill, and I only had one. So I ended up going to a smaller. I'm not exactly sure. It was smaller than a 1/2" end mill, and I noticed a little change with that, and it was a good process. We got an excellent finish with the Superfly. Now the only thing I didn't do on the CNC was I didn't fly cut the bottom face with the CNC, only because I didn't want to lose my zeros, my positions, because I wanted to make a couple of them. As you can see, there's a couple of them. Well, this was my original prototype. You can see it was a little bit wider. It was 4 inches versus 3.5. And then I realized that I really didn't need this extra space. This wasn't touching the machine at all. It may have been giving the arm a little bit more support coming out, but the arm, you know, it had an extra material on this side as well. So it, you know, as far as support, it was pretty well supported, just at that. Oh, okay, so then getting back to the order operations, so I fly cut the face, I did a rough and a fine concave feature, and then I did a pocket, I think it was 3/4 by 1/2", and that was to work with my shoulder bolt. For example, here's my shoulder bolt that I'm using. This bolts right into the turret of the Bridgeport, and well, actually I have a longer one for the project. I'm not sure where I got this one from, but this is the same. I think this is what I was thinking about, how I designed it. So it kind of goes. It's got a good fit there. So, you know, your Bridgeport, your adapter, and then your square tubing for your monitor or display arm. And this actually goes back to my Proto-Track days. Or not, yeah, when I was working on the Proto-Track, the Proto-Track arm sagged tremendously, and it was just a disaster, because I would push it away from myself, and then it would you know, come back to me automatically because it wasn't balanced and it was off kilter. And I made a video probably a couple years ago now. I built one of these with the Bridgeport cherry head, and you could go back and look at that video. But that thing, that took me, God, it took me all afternoon, and my arm was sore from you know, turning that wheel so many times to get this concave shape. That was, and it wasn't as nice as this, obviously, because it was my first time doing it. But I guess the cherry head is part of my Bridgeport museum, which you could come and see. I'll just charge you a minimal fee, entry fee for the museum, and go along with all the rest of my Bridgeport gear that I have here. So anyway, I'll put some still pics up at the end of the video. And once again, thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys soon. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, click that notification bell. Helps the channel. And I'll be bringing you more videos soon. Thanks.